Hey fellow explorers, it's again me, Mario. Today let's talk a bit about Guiding Skull, a very interesting artifact. It costs 4 compasses for 1 point, which is pretty miserable. It lets you pay 1 compass to reveal the top tile of the level 2 stack, activate it, then put it on the bottom. So let's talk about value. The value here is 4 a minus, well, 4, not just 4, which means that you're going to transform a value of 5 compasses into a value of 5 random resources you don't really know about, because it's going to be maybe more than that, plus 1 fear cards, or maybe exactly that with 1 card draw. It's not as reliable as other items, but the raw power is definitely there. It's a card that I like quite a bit, and the value is there even if you're going to draw into it again, because you're going to pay a tablet plus a compass to get a value of 3 out of it. I mean, it's a value of 5 minus those two compass and tablet, so it's a value of 3 overall, which is not common among artifacts, which makes Guiding Skull a decent card to draw into again. Actually, a good card to draw into again, because I do think that you want to convert compasses into other resources by the end of the game, just to advance on the track or to defeat some kind of guardian. So this is why it's good. It's going to give you a lot of value, and a lot of the time you're fine with converting 5 compasses into 5 other resources you can spend on the track or on defeating guardians. So which are the problems? The problems are, or the issues are that it costs quite a bit. I mean, 4 compasses plus 1 right away, and then 1 each and every time you're going to play it again, which is going to be probably once at most. It's going to cut into your pocket quite a bit. So be careful that you have enough compasses. So Guiding Skull is way better on the bird side of the temple than on the snake side. For this reason, you're going to get a lot of free compasses on the bird side of the temple. So Guiding Skull just needs more compasses, and it can help you giving whatever else you're going to need. And the second issue is that even though it's a card you'd like to draw into, it's not an early game artifact. Like, it's really hard to make it worth on the second or third round, I think. On the third, it might be good enough, but it depends a lot, because you're not already at the point by which converting straight compasses into other resources it's alright. You probably don't have many good ways to generate that many compasses to both explore and get in Guiding Skull, unless you're on the bird side of the temple. Sometimes it happens by the third round, but I think it's more common to get Guiding Skull on the fourth round, and by chance you might draw into it again on the fifth round, and you're going to be happy with it. Also, for this reason alone, it's a very good artifact to draw into, but it's not an early game artifact, which is pretty different from other good artifact that it's good to draw into, like the famous Trader's Scales by now. Also, another reason because of which Guiding Skull is way better later on, it's because of the exploration level 2 sites. Like, this game was pretty weird, maybe, but I see on average 3 sites getting explored by the end of the game, sometimes even 4, it depends. On the bird side, I think that 4 is more common, while on the snake side, I think 3 is the average, sometimes even 2, like this game. It depends a lot. And since there are only 6 total level 2 sites in the game, you can make an educated guess by the fourth or fifth round to know what you're going to get out of Guiding Skull. So if this site is already out, you know you're not going to get double arrow, for example, or if all the jewel sites are out, you know you're not going to get a jewel, etc., etc. So it depends quite a bit on what is shown over here, and it's going to help you a lot in determining how strong Guiding Skull can be for you in that situation you find yourself into. So yeah, Guiding Skull is good later on. but it's also good to be drawn again. So just keep that in mind. It's a very good conversion if you have enough compasses. It's going to be very good if you can afford it, and it's going to also be good if you draw into it again if, and that's quite a big if, you know you're going to use the resources you get out of it well. So to me, it's most of the time a tactical grab that's really good at helping you take probably like 2 steps on the track, or just 1 step plus defeating a guardian. But it's also pretty decent to draw into it again if you find yourself into the situation of being able to afford so. So just keep that in mind. It's pretty good if you need resources, and it's going to be decent if drawn again. It's not going to be exceptional because it's worth 1 point only, so don't overvalue it. I did a few times, but it should deliver. Like again, getting 5 resources worth of advancement on the track is going to be good most of the time. So Ganiskal is a decent artifact. Actually, it's a good artifact if you can get it later on. And that's it.